Good evening, respectable guests, fellow Toastmasters. A very warm welcome to meeting number 41 of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. I am Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. So, dear guests and Toastmasters, as your Sergeant at Arms, it's my duty to highlight a few key points before we begin with today's meeting. Please note this meeting is scheduled for 2 hours, and I encourage each one of you to stay for the entire duration to gain the maximum benefit from the session and support all our speakers. Please keep your videos on if that is possible. It helps create a more engaging and connected environment. Please keep your microphones on mute unless you are called upon to speak. This ensures a smooth and distraction-free experience for everyone. While Toastmasters International does not restrict on topics like sex, religion, or politics, but we at the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters, we request all speakers and role takers to remain mindful and responsible. Please avoid expressing any controversial views on these sensitive subjects, thereby keeping our environment respectful and inclusive. And before we move on, let me remind ourselves of our own club mission, which is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. It's now time to hand over the virtual stage to the presiding officer of today, who is also the club president. And before that, I would like to introduce her to you. She's a woman empowerment coach. She has dedicated her life to building confident communicators and future leaders. With her powerful background in teaching, leadership, and public speaking, she brings clarity, courage, and consistency to everything she does. Over to you, Toastmaster Samita.
Thank you so much. Let us hear it for our Sergeant at Arm, our Vice President, Education, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, for starting the meeting right on time. With this, I declare the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, Area B2, District 92, meeting number 41 open. I welcome all the members of the club, visiting Toastmasters, and guests to our meeting today. Like our Sergeant of Arm, I also request every one of you to be on camera. And role takers, please rename yourselves. A quick 5 minutes I'm giving you to just be on camera. Okay. Now, stay till the end of the meeting, and we will definitely want to know what you had expected of the meeting and what we can do better. Today, we have a Toastmaster who has come back after a long time. So I would like to ask Toastmaster Joane, how is it to come back to our club and what are you looking forward to?
Uh, Thank you, Toastmaster Samita Kaur, for putting me out there without any notice. It's like a table topic right now. But thank you so much. And I don't feel honestly any different because I did take a 6 month break from Toastmasters overall. But before that, I think I was always there in Gabby's. And even in during the 6 month break, many members from Gabby's used to message me and, like, where are you? How is it going? And I used to be a part of the guest group. So it doesn't feel like as if I've gone somewhere and I'm coming back. It just feel like I took a break of 6 months and I'm just back with the same family, same people. And what I'm looking forward to is this 6 months was a very good learning experience for me because after a point of time, you feel that it is monotonous, it's saturated. What more can you gain, right? And that's why you take a break. But in that break, you realize that these meetings, even though they seem so familiar and so, casual or sometimes all the same, I did miss every single meet in the 6 month. And I realized that yes, slowly and steadily, unknowingly, some growth was happening when I was a part of Toastmasters. And in the 6 month pause, I realized that that growth has stopped. It's very difficult to explain unless you take that pause. Please don't. I'm not recommending. So that's why I'm not looking forward to anything except just learning every single week with all of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we are looking forward for you to come and take part in all those competitions that are lined up in the next 6 months. For the benefit of all the guests, she is a area and divisional winner. So we are looking forward. She will be coming back and joining us. Another very good news for the members of Gabbys. There was a division contest the other day, and the Gabbys managed to be the champion of Division B. Heartiest congratulations to our president of Gabby, DTM Saurav Datta. He has won the international speech contest at Division B, District 92. It's an incredible achievement. It, his storytelling, we all know, we are in the club, we always listen to his stories telling, his presence. And one more thing which I absolutely love about him is his relentless pursuit for excellence. The different methods of storytelling that he keeps on bringing, and the different way in which he keeps on pushing the bar, encourages all of us to look towards him and think, wow, it's simply wow. The person who can go on improving himself. And now he will be representing Division B in District 92 coronation on 24th May. We couldn't have been prouder. So, big round of applause for distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta. We all are praying and hoping that he does very well in the next level also. In today's meeting, we have someone who is a second year student at the Christ University pursuing English and cultural studies and with a keen interest in business and finance. She's particularly interested in exploring how cultural narratives and communication intersect with the dynamics of markets and entrepreneurship. That's the reason I like Toastmaster. What a beautiful, one side it's culture, one side it is the market. Usually these two things don't come together, but here we have our TMOD Toastmaster Pariesa Singh, who is a mixture of both. And we are so interested in listening to what you have to say. Over to you.
Uh, Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I remember coming to this club, I think a few months ago, and just as a viewer, and I remember taking part in the 2 minute table topic sessions, and I was just blown, and that is why it was a plot twist because we did know that spontaneous table topic sessions do take place, but something so new, something so inspiring, and something that is truly a plot twist is something that I learned in this club. And that is why I think I went with the theme plot twist. And thank you so much for these very inspiring words, Toastmaster Samita. You have so much to say, and I'm definitely, we're all here to listen to all of that. And I welcome each of you to this amazing meeting today. And I hope this is an experience worth your while. So, first, let's talk about plot twist because took this theme from a very small idea in my mind and I'm slowly getting a direction on how do I pivot it? What is the next plot twist? So I just recently attended a meeting just 1 hour ago, and I think it just changed the way I wanted to work with this meeting. As ma'am aforementioned that learning culture and marketing together or understanding the market through a cultural lens is something very unique. And that is the plot twist of my life. And there are multiple plot twists in your journey in Toastmasters also. So recently I came to know that in 1985, the first female Toastmaster Helen Blanchard, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, came in and changed the picture. There was no female president. And I think I want to bring this energy into the meeting that plot twist changed the way Toastmasters work today, and that is why so many women like us can dream of becoming something, and can look at someone too. And that was the plot twist. And she said something which I have internalized, that if you take out everything from Toastmasters that you can take from Toastmasters, you will never take Toastmasters out of your life. I'm paraphrasing her, but trust me, my intention, trust me, the plot twist of a woman coming and just breaking things up, creating new stories is what changed. And we all have plot twists in our life. That one conversation, that one movie, that one short story that changed everything. I would love for just some of you to, just briefly tell me of what changed your life. What was that quick plot twist that suddenly surprised you? Any takers? Toastmaster Mamta, would you like to talk? Any takers here? Okay, so I
I'll
wouldn't.
go. I'll go,
Yeah.
Pariesa. So I don't know what a plot twist you're expecting, like maybe a movie. Life is not like a movie, unfortunately or fortunately. But one big plot twist that I can vouch for is the fact that how a person changes their entire perception just because of an accidental discovery. Like, for example, in my case, I used to always think I'm a beach lover. So, the question, mountain or beach? Like, always beach, always beach. I never liked mountains. I don't like trekking. I don't like the cold. Or so I thought before 3 years back when I first time came to Dharamshala for 1 week. And I was so sure that it's going to be 1 week. I mean, yeah, it's all good. But then today it's been 3 years now and I'm settled down here in Himachal from Mumbai. So that's a plot twist in my life, a major one for someone who like deliberately used to tell people that oceans are way better than mountains, realizing that mountains have their own charm and it's a magical world. So that's a twist in my life, a major one.
So, being a fellow Himachali, my family's from Himachal, so I think I really relate to it. I think just sitting on the mountains with a hot cup of chai and Maggie in your hand can be that one plot twist that makes you realize staying here isn't. And I personally relate with that. Anyone else would like to share their journey? Some plot twist, even small, because I would just like to reflect on this because we think that big plot twist is just movies or this one person telling you you can do it and everyone coming up to you. But as ma'am mentioned, and that is a plot twist. One small suggestion, one small idea, an iteration change, that dynamism which comes with learning in life. And that is what I feel is the biggest plot twist. One moment you're saying with sheer conviction that I'm going to win this fight, and the other moment you realize maybe this is not my fight to fight. And I would love to hear what TM Samita and TM Archana have to say about that.
Oh, you go first.
No, I would love to say, no, I think one thing that I always did was even with this painting, right? I was like, it's an advanced club. I need to give my best. I'm down with bronchitis, so please don't mind if I stop a little in between. But one thing that I have to say is that, I thought I have to give my best, I have to do my best, I have to do this, I have to do that. But sometimes you just need to take a breath and be yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're all just constantly facing plot twists in our life. And sometimes you just need to take a breath and let it go. Yeah, that's all that I have to say.
So the plot twist of my life was that I suddenly felt that I have grown old and I need to take a, break from, the so-called activities of the youth. And I felt my knees aching and I can't do this, can't do that. And suddenly I felt, what if I could change that? And I enrolled myself for a dance workshop thinking that I will make a fool of myself there, but let me go on a Sunday afternoon and make a fool. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that, okay, I can still dance well. And that was a huge plot twist in my life.
ATM Archana.
Yeah. So my plot test was joining Toastmaster. It happened like I was in a communication skill class, and where I met, it was an online class. So I met there Toastmaster Anupam Chaudhary. She was a Toastmaster since many years, and she was in Lucknow Toastmasters Club. From there, I got to know about this community. There's something like Toastmaster which exists, and it is for the communications skills and for public speaking, or people who are interested in all this. So this was a major plot test in the year. I think it was 2020 during the COVID times, where we always had classes and all the meetings in the Zoom session, and that was the time I got my plot test, and it was a happy plot test, I would say. The serendipity with that day, and here I am, a Toastmaster.
Well, I'm glad, and I hope all of us have these amazing plot twists in our life. Now, coming back to this meeting, something so interesting just happened. I realized that just like in life, this Toastmasters journey or just a 2 hour meeting can have such an interesting roller coaster journey. A speaker may share something deeply personal. A table topic question, just like that debate one, can take you completely off guard. And sometimes we discover confidence that we did not know that we had. And we don't follow the plan. Suddenly, with that plot twist, you have to keep up. And with that, I would like to talk about this amazing journey, this amazing roller coaster we're going to go through with our 3 sections. As I think most of us know, that the first is the prepared speeches section, where our prepared speakers will come and talk about their speeches, their experiences, and complete their levels and prepared projects. Then we have the table topic sessions, which I personally enjoy the most because they're one big of a roller coaster journey. You're expecting I know everything, or you're expecting I don't know something, and then somebody will suddenly ask you a question which you can just relate to and be like, oh, I just did that yesterday. And with that, at the end, the most important part, the evaluation section, which has actually been a big plot twist for me because the more I listen, the more I learn, and the more I realize there is so much more to learn. And I think the biggest plot twist to that is just the simple fact that life has many plot twists because there is no better way to explain that. And with the also with plot twist, with plot twist, with plot twist, all that I have to say is that let's begin this meeting. And we are aware that this meeting today will be observed and monitored by our general evaluator. And our general evaluator for today is Toastmaster Mamta Jain. And I would love to introduce her. She brings a unique blend. First of all, I would just like to say that when I was reading everybody's introduction, one thing that I noticed is it is so unique and it is so diverse. We have an engineer, we have a trainer, we have everyone bringing something new into the picture. So I'm very excited to see the various plotters that we have. And TM Mamta is a unique blend of creativity and logic. She brings both virtual, visual design, and she's an engineer combining imaginative thinking with analytical clarity. With that, I invite her to take charge of the evaluation segment and introduce her team. Over to you, TM Mamta. I'm loving that it's just so diverse and would love to listen more.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Hello, curious minds. Theme The Plot Twist reminds us that the most defining moments in life are often the unexpected ones, the sudden turns that challenge our assumptions and reshape our journey. As the general evaluator, my role today is to observe how well our meeting embraces these twists, not just in speeches but in our adaptability, timing, and overall execution. My aim is to highlight what went well and suggest areas for improvement so that every meeting becomes even better than the previous. And of course, I don't do this alone. I have my wonderful TAL team to support me, the timer, the evaluator, language evaluator, and the listener. Now let's welcome our timer, Toastmasters Smruti, who will keep an eye on the clock and ensure every segment runs on time. Smruti is a certified soft skills trainer, mentorship specialist, training content creator, and seasoned B2B enterprise sales professional with over a decade of experience. Her career is marked by a commitment to fostering personal and professional growth through communication, leadership, and learning. Within Toastmasters, she has held multiple executive roles at the club level and has served at the district level as a club mentor, club coach, and a distinguished area director. She has recently secured the first runner-up at District 92 Table Topic Speech Contest for this program year. She reviews every role as an opportunity to learn, lead, and lift others. Please explain your role, Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Well, today, as we are in this ocean of plot twist, trust me when I say this, I will be there as your lighthouse, indicating the color car so that we can be on time. Just to give a heads up, we are running slightly late, but I know we will catch up. We will bring back the agenda to picture. As a timer today, it is my utmost responsibility and duty to highlight the time with respect to each and every segment by indicating the color cards, which will be reflecting in my virtual background. Today we have prepared speech segment where we have a combination of two speeches of 5 to 7 minutes and one speech of 10 to 12 minutes. For the 5 to 7 minute speech, I will show the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow at 6, and at 7 minutes, it will be the red card. For the 10 to 15 minute speech, at 10 minutes, it will be the green. At 12, it will be yellow, and the red card will be shown at 15 minutes. The second segment will be the table topic and a debate version. So you will see the red card, the moment 60 seconds, which is 1 minute is over. There are no changing color cards. Third segment being the evaluation segment, the evaluation speaker will get 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, they will see the green, 2.5 yellow, and the red card at 3 minutes. Now there is a plot twist. If we make it within time, we will qualify for the poll, which will happen towards the end of the meeting with a small criteria. For the prepared speech and the evaluation speech, 30-second grace period will be offered at either ends, the both ends, the lower and the higher ends. But for the table topic, please speak for a minute so that we all can qualify for the polls. I'll come back with the consolidated report once called upon by the General Evaluator. Thank you. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. With you, our meeting will flow perfectly. Now let's meet our language evaluator, Toastmaster Archana Prajapati, who will observe how effectively we all use language, because words, when used well, can inspire, influence, and illuminate. Toastmaster Archana is a consultant, anesthesiologist, intensivist, and pain physician. Alongside her medical expertise, she brings a love for travel, art, and storytelling. Her passion for communication and personal growth makes her a wonderful addition to our Toastmasters family. Over to you, Toastmaster Archana Prajapati.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator, for that warm introduction. Good evening, everyone. As the language evaluator, I want all of you to consider English language, and for that matter, any language, as a beautifully crafted cake. Just like every great cake has a strong base of bread, which holds the cake together. And without it, no matter how fancy your cake is looking, it will simply fall apart, right? Similarly, in language, that base is your grammar that makes the foundation of your language. And today, I'm here as a language evaluator. I will observe the correct as well as the incorrect uses of grammar, and I will also suggest few suggestions to improve on it. Next comes the cream part of the cake. which we all like it because it is soft, it is fluffy, it is what makes the cake smooth in texture. Similarly, this is your flow of speech. When your flow of speech is smooth, it has smooth transitions, it makes it irresistible to listen, right? But often we add unwanted bumps like R's, those filler words, all this makes your flow of speech quite bumpy and makes you less eloquent. So today I'll also observe all these filler words and also note the number of times you have used it so that you can be made aware of these bumps and you can remove all those from your language to make your flow speech so smooth and just like the cream of the cake. And finally, the decoration of the cake, which is made of cherries, the flowers. Similarly, the decoration of your language can be done by the idioms, the quotes, the phrases, noteworthy phrases, the rhetorical devices. If you use all these, makes your cake beautiful and to add some beauty to your language. So today I will listen carefully to how beautifully you have baked your cake and you are going to present your language. But before leaving here, I would like to add the touch of magic, which is the word of the day, serendipity. Serendipity means finding something valuable unexpectedly, usually in a happy or a beneficial way. For example, what we call as plot twist, life calls it serendipity. And another example, finding that old photo was a pure serendipity. I'll also write this in the chat box. And with that, back to the general evaluator. May all of you discover the moments of serendipity in this meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archana. There was a great serendipity. How you explained your role. It was very nice way. We will all learn from your observations. Now let's welcome our active listener for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, who ensures we all are listening actively throughout the meeting and will test our attention with some fun questions later. Toastmaster Sunil Gupta is a very enthusiastic about learning new things to evolve himself as an ardent passion for playing cricket and speaking in English and a strong believer in simplicity, integrity and hard work. He has joined Toastmasters to develop speaking in English and communication skills. In addition, he always prefers to build good and strong relationships to enhance his human assets. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta.
Thank you, General Evaluator. A big round of applause to our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Dear Toastmasters, the most dangerous sentence of 5 words in our lives. You never listen to me. So we must be careful. Sometimes constant repetition of this sentence can break a relationship. It can bring a dangerous plot twist in your life. Actually, we not only hear it from our partners, our children, and probably our bosses, but also we likely say it to them. We usually just nod while our minds are actually miles away, somewhere else, or with someone else. But not today. In this room, ये सब नहीं चलेगा. It will not work. You have to listen closely to everything said during the meeting and prove those 5 dangerous words wrong. As your listeners of the day, at the end of the meeting, I'll test your ears with some sharp questions. So please stay connected and keep listening. Back to General Narrator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil. We should all listen to you. We have 4 speech evaluators today. Toastmaster Joseph, Toastmaster Rahul Swami, Toastmaster Priya Singh, and Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. We will meet them in the evaluation segment. Thank you to my wonderful TAL team. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you for your insightful and very serendipitous knowledge that you just gave me. And I hope that being in time, we're also able to see and face the various plot twists that this meeting has entailed for us. And now we move to the prepared speeches section, which is again so insightful, so knowledgeable, and filled with plot twists. Our first speaker of this section is Toastmaster Samita, a women empowerment coach dedicated to building confidence, clarity, and always has a big smile on her face. That is something that I just noticed. She is attempting her level 4, project 3 from dynamic leadership part. Timer, please note the time. That is from 10 to 15 minutes. And the title of her speech is Finish Like a Champion. Her evaluation will be conducted by Toastmaster Joane. And are we ready, Toastmaster Joane as well as Toastmaster Samita?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, so finish like a champion, Toastmaster Samita. I hope you do. Toastmaster Samita, finish like a champion.
Imagine this scene. There is a cricket match going on. Now, cricket is a game where 2 teams play, and the one who scores the highest run is the winner. Now, imagine India against Pakistan playing. It is the final. And out goes Dhoni to bat. The scores. That was the last over. And the scores? Just 4 runs needed of the last 3 balls. Tense situation. And then Dhoni goes, smacks the ball. It's 6. The stadium erupts. Everyone is thrilled. Everyone is talking about that last shot. My dear fellow Toastmasters, I would like to know from you, why did everyone speak about the last ball? Why does everyone harp about what happened during that last over, those 6 balls? Didn't they play in the other? They did. So raise your virtual hands and let me know, why do you think everyone thinks that those last few balls, yes, are Toastmaster of the day?
I personally am not a big fan of cricket, but when, like, I literally feel that my whole family freezes for the moment when that last ball is being put. And, it's just choka, chaka. And even one thing is missed, the whole, no matter how well you've played, if the end is not good, it's ruined. And ant bhala to sab bhala eventually.
Yes, absolutely. All's well that ends well. It is not that the other runs are not important. It is equally important. But what we remember is that last ball, how it is played. Because it took us to the desired result of winning the match, of winning the championship. In our Toastmasters meeting, all the speeches are just like that. You have an beginning, the introduction. You have a core message to deliver. And then you have a conclusion. The beginning is like an introduction where you just hook the audience so that they are interested in listening to you more. You may ask a question or you may state some fact. Basically, you are inviting the audience to start listening to you and what you have to say. In the middle section, that is where you send your message out. It may be in form of a story. It may be in form of an anecdote. It may be some facts that you are saying. It is more like a road trip where you pause somewhere, you go from one place to another. But what is important in a road trip is you arrive at a destination. And that destination is the conclusion of your speech. Conclusion of a speech is what the speaker has to say about the message and what are you taking it back from them. You may have a very interesting opening, a lot of stories, but if you end it abruptly, the conclusion is not there. There is no takeaway from a speech. When I started my Toastmasters journey, I was a fair good speaker. I was fluent in what I said. I thought I spoke pretty well. But my first speech and the evaluation I got was, why did you not conclude your speech? Which set me wondering. Conclusion? I gave all the information. Yes, I was right. I had given all the information. But that was something which I was not aware of, that I need to conclude my speech. And from there started my journey of learning how to conclude a speech. First initial few tries, I am not ashamed to say, I could not ace it at all. I could manage the first part, the second part, but whenever it came to conclusion, I was kind of, no, leave me away. I don't know how to do it. And then I took the help of my mentor. Now, this is the best part of being in a Toastmaster. You always have someone whom you can go, you can ask. And I told my mentor, you know what? I can't write a conclusion. She smiled at me and said, okay, I'm giving you 4 points to remember. I said, okay, 4 points for a conclusion? I thought conclusion concludes within 2-3 sentences. She told me, remember. What should I remember? First, if you want to conclude by a summary, suppose you are speaking about confidence. You have said why confidence is needed. You have spoken about confidence is a skill that needs to be practiced. In the end, you can conclude by saying that today we explored the confidence, how it matters, how confidence grows, how you can build it daily. It's not a gift, it is a skill. You can conclude it by summarizing the points that you have said. That is point number 1 in concluding. That is one way of concluding a speech. Okay, but is it necessary that every time I need to summarize? She said, no, there comes the second one. You can always conclude by a question. You can ask them. So the next time when opportunity knocks on your door, what will you do? Will you hold back or will you develop your confidence by taking up that opportunity and going for it? So let the audience think about it. You leave them with a question in their mind. What are they going to do? The third type was a story. Suppose you were talking of confidence about a girl who lacked confidence and missed a lot of opportunities due to that. It so happened that the girl was always frightened, did not want to go forward. You have introduced the character, you have given the instances where she has failed because she did not have the confidence, the interviews she faced, the people when they came and she said, no, I don't want to talk to y'all. Or in a meeting space where she knew that she could contribute, but she did not. And such a story, when you have a conclusion, you can end by saying, that nervous girl who could not speak, did not have the confidence. She did not become perfect overnight, but she did start trying. She became brave, and step by step, she started trying to be more confident. Again, this is a storytelling ending. You end with the story of what happened, which you were narrating beforehand. Sometimes, when you have this conclusion, you can give them some call to action, what they need to do. After they have heard you, what can they do to implement that? That is, so tonight, after you go back and you feel, I'm not confident enough, what is that one thing you want to do? What is that one thing you will do with that courage and a little bit of bravery? Type it in the chat box. That can be one sort of an ending. I understood the whole thing. I was happy that I understood. But the question that came in my mind is that, how do I implement it? Now, understanding something is quite easy. Implementing it is a little difficult. There is where we have to think, sit right. Three things which I found has helped me in implementing this concluding part of a speech, the very important part of a speech. First, thinking of a conclusion before writing the speech. What do I want my listeners to take back home? So if I think of that first, then I write, it becomes easier for me to write the conclusion because I have a clear-cut idea in my head. Second is that whenever I want to write a conclusion, I have to be very clear that I have to practice my conclusion. Usually we practice the starting a lot, which I used to do, by the way. By the time I came till the end of the speech, sometimes the conclusion used to slip out of my head. So as a practice now, what do? I practice the ending much more than the beginning because the ending is something which people will carry back home. And the third thing, I always make it a practice that I have to have a very powerful, like a champion ending. Because that is where my speech will be memorable. That is where people will know what I am speaking about. And this is how I learned how to conclude a speech that I have written. Don't let the speech fade away. Don't let your speech, simply drop away. Make sure that your speech is an echo and people believe that I have done the right thing by investing this time to learn what I had come to learn. This is how you should conclude. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Can we have a big round of applause for this amazing speech by PM Samita? This was truly a very big roller coaster for me because we started with cricket and then you went into the meticulous details of how to speak. And I think this is something that will make me evaluate and go back to just the fundamentals of how I speak. So thank you so much for this wonderful speech. And now we move to our second speech. Our second speaker is TM Siddharth Shah, also known as Sid, who works with leaders and teams to turn tension into meaningful conversation and believes in bringing important discussions into the forefront. And he is attempting his persuasive influence path, level 1, project 3. The speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note. The speech title is Build a Second Brain. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Rahul. Toastmaster Rahul, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Toastmaster Siddharth, are you ready? Okay. So Toastmaster Siddharth, build a second brain. Build a second brain, Toastmaster Siddharth.
Raise your hand if you love your ideas. Come on, I can't be the only one. Toastmaster Mamta, what kind of ideas do you love? Business ideas, cooking recipes, travel plans?
Travel plans.
Lovely. Have you ever had an idea that is so brilliant that you have done absolutely nothing with it? I've had some amazing ideas in here. And sometimes they've been so good, I've assumed they are going to execute themselves. However, that's often not the case in real life. Sometimes we feel that having a great idea is just good enough, and we don't take action in real life. There's a big gap between having an idea and executing them. And how do we bridge that gap? We bridge that gap by building a second brain. How do we build a second brain? Imagine this. It's Monday morning. You wake up half grumpy, there's coffee in hand, and you sit down, open your laptop, open your mobile, and boom, there's notification. There is a calendar invite that should have been an email. There is an email that is so long it should never have been there. Then there is an upcoming client meeting, and all of this you are carrying in your head along with things which are already there. Things like the upcoming birthday, the gift you want to buy, the epiphany or serendipity you had at 2 a.m. and you think it's going to make you a billionaire. All these things we carry in our head. We do not question it. We do not filter it. What do we do with it? We just carry it. And then we wonder, why can't I think straight? Why does it feel so heavy? Because we are using our brain for something which it was never designed to do. We are using our brain as a storage, as a warehouse. The first rule of building a second brain is your brain is to generate ideas and not store them. Let me type that in the chat. Your brain is to generate ideas and not store them. But then what do I do with all these amazing ideas that I have? Well, as I said, we build a second brain. An idea inside our brain is like this Lego. it occupies space. It is pointy, prickly, and not so useful. But when we externalize it in our second brain, there's an emotional distance that we create. Now we can look at it from different sides. We can evaluate it, scrutinize it, even discard it if we don't like it. And then we play with multiple ideas and then organize them as per themes like personal or work or hobbies or projects that we want to implement. And then as we do that, we start getting action steps. How can we move forward towards those ideas? Let me give a concrete example. Growing up, I was a bit of a nerd. I had this habit of writing things in the margins of textbook. I would write my thoughts, comments, question, even jokes in the margins of the textbook while the teacher is teaching. And what I noticed was that the subjects which I loved, I took more notes in the margin. And because I had more notes, I felt more motivated to go back to them and go deeper. And the subjects which I didn't like inorganic chemistry or political science, I didn't have enough notes in the margin. So I didn't have enough incentive to go back and go deeper in them. So it was like kind of a catch-22 situation. When I noticed this, I forced myself to take more notes in the margins of the subjects which I didn't like. I even remember writing a poem on my chemistry teacher on whom I had a secret crush. But that helped me in going back and understanding the subject more. As I grew older, I found a tribe of nerds similar to me, and they were building something called building a second brain. There's a whole system around this which I was using, but I was not aware of. So I've been using this system for last 6 years, and I have used it in multiple places, from recruitment ideas in my HR professional or designing workshops for my clients right now, to kind of quitting a smoking habit, to starting a habit of exercising. Wherever I noticed that I had to take more action and there's more ideas in my head than the action, I would just externalize those ideas and just revisit them once a week, and it would automatically catalyze more action. So I urge you, all of you, to notice what are the areas in your life where there are more ideas and less action. Think about it for a few moments, and then I invite you to write just few words about that in the chat box. That would be the first step towards building a second brain. And that's way you can catalyze more action in your life and get more results. That's it from my end. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
So sorry for the. So can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Siddharth? I don't know about building a second brain, but I did go on the second margin of my paper to take notes. So that was truly an amazing speech by you. And I was just blown. And that was a great speech. Let's give him a round of applause. Now we move to our third speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, a certified soft skills trainer, an aspiring image consultant, passionate about connecting with people, empowering growth through meaningful conversations. She is attempting level 1 project 4 from the persuasive influence path. The speech duration has to be from 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please take note. And the title of her speech is Days That Don't Count. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Renu. Toastmaster Renu, are you ready? And
Toastmaster Priya. I'll be evaluated by Toastmaster Priya. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So are we all ready? Yeah. Days that don't count. Toastmaster Priya. Toastmaster Priya, days that don't count.
Days that don't count. Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Please don't count. Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Sorry, I think I will not renew this season. Hey, what happened? Are you not enjoying our meetings? Or you're not liking our community? Oh, golly, nothing like that, yeah. It is just that the same table topics, speeches, evaluation, it's all the more, so much monotony is there, right? And somehow I'm feeling it is all predictable, and I am not enjoying it anymore. I think I'm finding it very boring. But believe me, I love this community. It's more like a family. And I have these, like I always have a FOMO whenever there is a meeting that I'm not able to join. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. That was a conversation between me and the VP membership, Gauri Agarwal, some 2 years back. Yes, if at that point of time I did renew, because now Gabbys had become a habit to me. And somehow I had a commitment to my own self to improve my public speaking skill. Thereon, I have been attending the virtual meetings, the online meetings of Gabbys religiously, not even missing a single one. And if you have been coming over to our meetings, you would know how they happen. We log in online, we greet each other warmly, the sergeant at arms lays the rules of the meeting, the TMOD explains the structure of the meeting, the language evaluator listens keenly to the language that we are using. The evaluators comes in. They would say, I have 2 points of recommendations for you. And at that point, you would probably nod. I have heard that line before. The Toastmasters, somewhere between the word of the day and the general evaluation section. A tiny voice whispers at me, you have done that before. That leaves me in question. Am I actually growing, or am I just repeating myself? In that moment of confusion, of dilemma, I look around. My fellow members in the club. At Gabbys, perfection is not the goal. We don't hide our faults, our mistakes. We don't hide behind the leaders. Rather, we all step up. We all step up, bear open our imperfections, show up our real self. Mistakes do happen. Mistakes, they give us lessons. And these lessons build us as a leader in our own journey. And believe me, growth is not always loud. So is it at Gabbys. It is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. At times it is invisible. Truly speaking, I also signed up for a dramatic transformation. But clearly it wasn't visible. Gabbys didn't change me in one single moment. Until a very ordinary meeting happened to me. That too after a series of meetings, right? One ordinary meeting, it was not a contest, no special theme attached to it, no special tag to it. It was just a regular Toastmaster meeting, and I was giving the evaluation. While I spoke, I realized something has shifted in me. And what was that? Oh, my words were flowing freely. There was a structure in my feedback. And my voice, it was more grounded. What happened? I felt towards the end of the meeting, the serendipity moment, I won the best evaluator poll. The speaker sent me a thank you note that the feedback really helped. I asked myself, Renu, how did that happen? You didn't do any extraordinary preparation? I answered, I showed up. I showed up every single meeting, week after week, role after role. So I was not changing in one fine moment and one big moment. I was gradually evolving. I was gradually changing. Toastmasters, isn't life much the same like Gabbys that happen in Gabbys? The growth doesn't happen in one single moment of success or failure or despair. It happens all the time when the days that don't count, when we show up, when we rehearse, when we refine ourselves, and when we return back. That are the points the real growth happens. Be it Gabbys, be it life. I would say boring is scoring. The days that don't count, they actually compound. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Renu, please? First of all, I'm so sorry for the mix-up, but I'm also not sorry because, it made so much sense with your speech just coming in just after the mix-up. I think that was the plot twist there because, just as, your speech ended, you quietly whispered in my ear, it's okay to not be okay. And I think that's the true thing. Our imperfections make us perfect. And with that, we come to the end of this prepared speeches section. If you want to have a second brain, if you want to end well, I hope everything happens for each one of us, especially in the 5 minutes that we get to relax, restart, stretch, and reflect. Timer, please track the last 5 minutes and show the red card once the 5 minutes are over.
Toastmaster Pariesa, we are behind schedule. I think we can move on to the next section.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we move to the one of the last sections, that is the table topic section. I just want to talk about plot twist because I do feel that I came with a very well prepared note. I came with everything, but I think the biggest plot twist here is that no matter how much you prepare, sometimes mistakes are meant to happen, and that's the plot twist. But failing can be a bad or a good plot twist based on how we take it, right? So for me, I think this plot twist was essential because it helped me with my growth. I was so nervous. I called Toastmaster Renu the other day and I was like, I'm down with bronchitis. I'm not able to breathe. I'm sorry, I can't do this. But there's a reassuring voice and conviction in her that believed me, and my mother just telling me, please do it, Pariesa. You've been preparing for it for such a long time. And I just felt like, let's go with it. And I did make a mistake, but the plot twist is I'm okay with it. Were there any few moments in your life, just quickly, a few of us who want to talk about it, or we can quickly move to the other section?
We can move to the next section. Yeah.
Okay. So as we talk about the table topic sections, we have TM Devishree with us. He's a I don't know if this is I don't know if it's a he or she, but they are a software engineer who enjoy. Okay, sorry. She is a software engineer who enjoys solving problems, continuously sharpening her technical skills. Beyond work, she finds balance through gardening and music. Again, a very passionate individual. And with that, I invite her to take charge of the table topic section. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Devishree, your table topic master for today. The table topic session is an interesting one where we can think on our feet, share spontaneous ideas, and sometimes discover the serendipity. In Gabbys, we follow a slightly different format, a mini debate style table topic session. For each topic, I will invite two speakers, one speaking in favor and the other speaking against the topic. Each speaker will get 60 seconds to present their viewpoints. At the end of the time, the speaker will be muted, so you make every second count. And also, don't forget to sprinkle the word of the day into your responses. I will also post the topics in the chat for your reference. Let's begin now. I call Pallavi Agarwal, the speaker one, and Madhav Rakesh, speaker two. The topic is, it is better to be jack of all trades than a master of one. I will also post this in chat. Pallavi, you need to speak for the topic.
Toastmaster Devishree will need to wait and confirm if both the speakers are there before we announce the topic.
Okay.
Pallavi? Pallavi? Yeah, she's there.
Okay.
You can go on.
Once again, I will take the topics. The topic is, it is better to be jack of all trades than a master of one. I will paste it. Actually, I am facing struggle and minimizing.
You have to tell them who is going for and who is going for against.
Yes, I will do that. Master of one. Pallavi, could you please come on audio video? Yeah, thanks. Pallavi, you need to speak in favor of the topic. Madhav, you speak against the topic.
Good evening, everyone. Topic is can you please repeat the topic?
It is better to be jack of all trades than a master of one.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone. So I personally feel it is better to be jack of all trade than to be master of one, because nowadays you can see there are so many uncertainties. During the corona period, we all saw that the hotel business people, few of the cloth merchants, few of the businesses just collapse because there's so much uncertainty. But if we have multiple sources of income, if we have versatile business, multiple business, then you can survive even when there's when you're not doing too much good in one of the business. So in spite and so instead of concentrating on only one thing, it is good to be in master of one, master of all trade rather than being jack of all trade rather than being the master in one. That happens in.
It's time also. Madhav, you please go on.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Although it is right that being a jack of all trades gives us versatility, it rarely gives us stability. So now, to truly able to understand or to push the boundaries of one's capabilities, one should have deeper knowledge of what it is and more mastery of what it is. Hence, if you are more of a jack of all trades, we are never truly going deeper into that one specific thing. So hence we are not able to push the boundaries. We are not able to get more than what it is. And then, like I said, the stability, even though versatility is always a good point, unless we have a strong, proper base and we build upon it, it's often not reliable. And then on the base, so now, unless we are a true master of something, then that's when we build uniqueness for ourselves. Being jack of trades is all good, but when uniqueness along with stability comes, we become much more as a person as well. So now, whether it's a neurosurgeon or a cyber security expert, it's always depends on experience, mastering, and their overall capability, which is.
Yeah, time was good. Yeah, thank you. Wonderful perspective. One reminds us variety is a spice of life. While the other one shows mastering one skill can help us just hit the nail on the head. Let's move to the next topic. I will call Harshav Jadhav. Harshav Jadhav, could you please come on video? Yeah. And Yamani Lakshmipati. Yamani Lakshmipati, could you please come on video? Yeah. The topic is, should we get rid of the snooze buttons on alarm clocks? I will also paste this in the chat. Harsha, you need to speak for the topic, and Yamini, you need to speak against the topic.
Can you repeat the topic, please?
Yeah, sure. Should we get rid of the snooze buttons on alarm clocks? I pasted in chat as well.
I strongly agree that we should get rid of the snooze button on the alarm clocks, because my personal experience is that I will click the snooze button 100 times, but I won't wake up if I decide not to wake up on that day. And if I want to wake up, maybe I don't even need an alarm clock. I will even wake up before that. And another reason I think the snooze button isn't of any use, because if I'm going to hit it 5 times, I'm not going to able to sleep properly during those 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Even if someone wants to take a power nap, it should be either less than 15 minutes or approximately 15 minutes or more than 45 minutes. And the setting in the alarm clock is that we either keep it at 5 minutes or 15 minutes. So if it is, of course, it is 5 minutes, we are of course going to click that button again. Nothing is going to happen in 5 minutes that will feel fresh and will get up. And if it is going to be 15 minutes, of course, we might feel.
Yeah, time was up. Yamini, it's your turn.
So I think we should not get rid of the snooze buttons, because it keeps you pushing, right? Always like we all have our own weaknesses, and distractions, diversions, and everything, right? So whenever we kind of tend to give way to our weaknesses. It's just that push, that snooze button, which actually like motivates us to go that extra mile, and then it pushes you to wake up for the day and then take charge of what you want to do. So I think unless you are highly self-motivated from inside, the snooze button gives you the necessary push, which is required for most of us. So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, interesting viewpoints from both the speakers. Whether we snooze or rise and shine, one thing is clear: time waits for no one. Let's move to the another topic. is the pursuit of happiness what actually makes people miserable? Sorry, I forgot to invite the speakers. Speaker 1, Richa, and speaker 2, Saravana Kumar. Could you please come on video?
They are not responding. You can pick someone else.
Okay. Speaker Mohanty and another speaker.
Shravan is here. Shravan, we cannot hear you. Your voice is very low. No, your voice is coming out low. Maybe you can adjust it and we can come back to you later.
Okay. I will call Sachin Jaswal. Could you please come on video?
Sachin is not in the meeting.
Okay. Bindu Joseph.
Yeah, I'm here, but video actually, I'm in a darkly lit place right now, so I can't come on video if that's all right.
Okay. Okay. I will also change the topic once I choose the second speaker since I exposed the topic already. Okay. Another speaker, Reshmi, could you please come on video?
Rashmi, you said?
Yes, Rashmi. Yes.
No, Rashmi is not there.
Okay. Then Archana, Prajapati. Could you please? Yeah. Could you please come on video?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Both are here, right? Both the speakers.
Yes, they are.
I'm in favor or?
Yeah, Archana, you can speak for the favor, and another Bindu.
Yeah,
you can speak.
Could you please repeat the
Yeah.
topic once?
I changed the topic. I will tell later.
Yeah.
Nostalgia is a trap that prevents progress. I will also post it in the chat. Nostalgia is a trap that prevents progress.
Nostalgia is a trap and it prevents progress. I strongly believe in it because I remember the time when I was in my second year PG in anesthesiology. That time I was nostalgic about my home, and I was literally feeling homesick because I was married recently, and during that time I was simply missing my home, my family, and that was a trap that kept me for about 6 months, and during that 6 months I couldn't progress in my career. I couldn't think about anything else about instead of those memories and those despite having all the mobile phones and talking to my mother every single day, but still that nostalgia was keeping me.
Yeah, the time was. Bindu, it's your turn.
How can nostalgia be a trap? Isn't it such a beautiful experience, a nostalgic remnants of a wonderful memory that you have had? Just imagine if you weren't able to think back on your good speeches, would you have that motivation to go ahead and try to be better? I think nostalgia is so very important. It is what differentiates us from animals who just carry out their daily activities and are concerned about their shelter and food. It gives us that, the versatility of the human mind to bring back those memories and enjoy once more. Why would you want to take it away? It can give us motivation. It can give us succor. It can give us inspiration.
Yeah, time is up. Thank you. Nice points from both the speakers. Some say don't look back. Others say, remember your roots. Either way, it's always finding the sweet spot. Next, let's move to the next topic. I will call a speaker Smruti.
Shravan as well. We can check with him.
What is? Come again, please. I couldn't hear.
Shravan, if his
Shravan?
audio is okay. Yeah, Shravan Kumar. If his audio is okay.
Shravan Kumar. Richa is available?
She is not responding. Even Shravan is not. Okay, we can add Smruti. Smruti is already there with the timer. Okay, I'll type.
Mohanty, Sachin Jaswal.
No, Sachin is not there.
I think I covered other persons. Only role takers are there.
You can continue with role takers.
Okay. Smruti? Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Shravan Kumar is available on audio only.
No, he's not.
Okay. Listener Sunil Gupta. Yeah. Smruti, you need to speak for the topic, and Sunil Gupta, you need to speak against the topic. The topic is youth is wasted on the young. I will also paste this in the chat. Youth is wasted on the young.
Being young is so glorified nowadays. But tell me something. What exactly is being young? Are we talking about the energy which we bring? Are we talking about the position which we hold? Or are we talking about the age bracket which we are trying to bring? If we are talking the age bracket, then I completely agree that youth is wasted on the young. Reason being, if you are bringing an age bracket of, okay, if we are more than 30 years of old age, then you are not young enough. Oh, come on, give me a break. I am more than 30 years old. And I feel that people are not wasting anything their time by listening to this particular speech of mine. We all can bring the balance in life if we are eradicating the thought of being young or youth. I definitely agree that youth is being wasted if the categorization of youth and young is defined by age. Well, I rest my case here. Let me hear what my opponent has to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Sunil, you need to speak against the topic.
Is anyone here in the meeting who was born adult, old? I think no. Everyone was born as a child, baby, then become young, youth, then old. It's a stage of life. If you remove childhood from a child, if you remove youth from a young, how can they live? It is a totally impractical thing we are talking about. Without ink, a pen cannot write. Similarly, without youth, a young person, a person cannot live, cannot survive, or cannot enjoy, and cannot grow. Like without body, a speech cannot be completed. Similarly, it is the middle stage of our life, and don't say that youth is wasted on.
Yeah, your timer's up, Sunil. Yeah, thank you. Wonderful points. Well, youth may be fleeter, but wisdom often comes only after we have crossed that bridge. Shall we move to next topic? Do we have the time?
Yeah, we can take one last topic.
Yes. Okay.
Do invite Joane for one table topic along.
John, hello. Could you please come on video?
Yeah, I'm on video, Toastmaster Devishree. Thank you.
Thank you. And
take Priya Singh along with her.
Yes, Priya Singh, could you please come on video? Priya Singh. Are you there?
Yes, she is there.
Yes, okay, thank you. The topic is Joane, you need to speak for the topic, and Priya Singh, you need to speak against the topic. The topic is it right to do the wrong thing for the right person? I will also paste this in the chat. Is it right to do the wrong thing for the right person?
Absolutely. Why not? Who decides what is right and what is wrong? The entire phrase itself is a play of words. But end of the day, what matters is end of the day, what happened. If your intention is right, and if you want something good happen to someone else, it doesn't matter whether you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. What matters is what your intention is and what the end result and end goal is. So definitely, I completely agree. You can do the wrong things, so-called wrong things, to get the right results. And that's how wars have won. And that's how peace has also come to this world. So yeah, why not? Because at one point of time, trust me, non-violence was also known as a wrong thing. But India got freedom because of non-violence. So we did something wrong in the eyes of Britishers to get something right for millions of people in our country. So definitely go ahead and do it, as long as you know what you're doing is right and beneficial for someone else. Over to you.
Thank you. Priya, it's your turn.
I would never ever do a wrong thing, even if it was for the right reason, because I believe in ethics. If I'm an ethical person, I will always do the right thing for the right reason. Because I feel that somewhere when you take a wrong step, do a wrong thing, even if it's for the right reason, you have adopted a wrong path to reach where you want to land. And somewhere down the line, it is always going to come back to you. And at that time, it will be an even more tough situation to handle. So it's always better to not take a wrong step or do a wrong thing, even for the right reason. Success doesn't come easily because we always believe in doing the right thing for the right reason. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Great perspectives from both the speakers. Life isn't always black and white. Sometimes we must decide in shades of grey. And with that, our lively debate comes to a close. We heard diverse viewpoints, spontaneous ideas, and speakers who truly rose to the occasion. Thank you to all the speakers for making this session lively and full of serendipity. Thank you to Toastmaster of the Day. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you for this amazing session, PM Devishree. It was truly fun. And thank you for all the participants for embracing the uncertainty. And now we move to the most important segment, that's the evaluation segment, where we will learn and hopefully adopt all the plot twists that come to our way. And I would like to invite General Evaluator Mamta and her team for that. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pariesa. Let's move into the evaluation segment, the heart of every Toastmasters meeting. This is where we give constructive feedback to help each other grow and shine. We had 3 prepared speeches today, and each will be evaluated by an assigned evaluator. Our first evaluator is Toastmaster John Joseph, who will evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Samita. Joane Joseph is a content writer and weight reader with more than 3 years in Toastmasters, a 2-time division evaluation champion and former district table topics champion. She has also mentored winning table topics team. She resides in the serene mountains of Himachal, enjoying conversations, reading next to a cozy fire, and listening to the stories of strangers. Over to you, Toastmaster John Joseph.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. And I don't know what finished like a champion, but you started like a champion, Toastmaster Samita, and I find it quite serendipitous and honorable, honestly, to come back, and my first evaluation is for someone as powerful as you are. What I liked about the entire speech is, I'll tell you, it was beautiful from start to end, and it was extremely powerful. And that's because you have a very clear and concise voice, and you have the ability to use the language to attract your audience to listen to you every single moment. I didn't realize when the 15 minutes were up until I saw the cards flashing. And that is a power that you have as a speaker. Your facial expressions are always to the point. There is a comic timing to it that always attracts the audience and brings them back into the speech, whether it's a 5 minute or a 15-minute speech. And of course, the voice modulation that you use today to describe every single scenario, every single example was amazing and to the point. And kudos to you for that. Now, I'll tell you, this is a level 4 speech. You are a seasoned speaker, so I'm going to be a little critical in my feedback, just in the hope that next time I see you, I see someone not just powerful, but also extremely polished and poised. And with that, let me start with my first feedback, and that is polish. One of the problems that I, as a speaker, always face is if you're naturally good at speaking, it's very difficult to practice more the speech. And that's something I feel in your case is happening because you're so good naturally that somewhere the polish is lacking. For example, you use phrases like the other runs are not important multiple times. Instead of saying other runs, you could have simply said, out of 190, it's not that the 96 is not important, but the 4 is what decides. So that polish, tightening up the script and polishing your sentences. For example, you said you arrive at a destination. In that context, it should have been you arrive at the destination. So these small contextual polish and tightening of your script will take this speech into a very professional level. Not that it wasn't, I'm just giving you an additional feedback. Second, I felt like you had a lot of opportunity to use compare and contrast when you were giving us the lessons in conclusion, which I felt like you missed. For example, you gave us 4-point summary, question, storytelling, and call to action, and you gave us 4 different examples for each of them, right? And I felt instead of giving 4 different examples, you could have used one single example and given me 4 different conclusions for that single example, comparing and contrasting how each of the conclusion feels and differs, right? Take a common story, a famous story like Cinderella, or maybe Three Little Pigs, or even a famous movie like Three Idiots. And if you can give a conclusion, how Three Idiots would look like if you concluded as a summary, or as a call to action, or as like a question mark, or as a storytelling, how would it feel like? So that would have been a very unique way of ensuring that I remember the lessons. Last but not the least, I'll tell you, I missed visual aids because it was like an education session. I wish you would have added some visual aids because end of the day, we all know visual aid is much more powerful than the auditory communication process. You gave us like 3 examples, like start with a conclusion, practice, powerful champion. I wish you would have brought some cricket visual aids, right? Such beautiful way, maybe show the scoreboard to say set your goal first. Maybe show the championship trophy to say this is how you powerfully finish like a champion. So that visual aid point, you had the opportunity, but you've missed it. Overall, I'll tell you, it was wonderful, great opening, powerful command on the speech, beautiful language, and attractive way of speech you have. Think about polishing them a little more, tightening them a little more. Compare and contrast wherever you can so that the audience always remembers what you're telling, and use visual aids where you can. And this would have been a wonderful, wonderful education session. Thank you so much, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Johnny Joseph. You demonstrated a keen listening ability and captured the essence of the speech effectively. I appreciate how you balanced praise with constructive feedback. It was encouraging yet insightful. You followed the CRC pattern also very nicely. And a small recommendation to you, a slightly slower pace would enhance clarity and allow the audience and speaker to absorb your insights better. And also, you gave a lot of recommendations, but you gave the recommendations more than the commendations. So try to give more commendations than recommendations. Now, a few words for our speaker, Toastmaster Samita. You had a beautiful mix of inspiration and information. There was a great enthusiasm in your speech. Your facial gestures were very expressive and enhanced the meaning to your words. And the beautiful message you gave in the beginning, all is well when the end is well. The speaking techniques that we learned, how to conclude our speech by giving the summary or by asking a question or having a little story in your speech and make the speech engaging and interesting. And a recommendation for you, your camera placement could be better. The video was cutting from the top. So with just adjusting the camera angle, you are truly a powerful and inspiring speaker. Thank you. Let's have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Samita and Toastmaster Joane Joseph. You truly connected with the audience, both with your words and your presence. Now, our second evaluator, Toastmaster Rahul Swami, attempting Level 1, Project 4 in Presentation Mastery. The project objective is providing evaluation. He will evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Siddharth Shah. Rahul Swami is a fitness enthusiast and a marketing analyst at Sanofi, Hyderabad, with over 4 years of work experience. An ambitious, strategic thinker with a knack for learning new things. He has come back to the Gabbys to continue his public speaking journey. In his free time, he loves to work out, spend time with pet and family. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahul Swami. We can't hear you.
Are you ready? Do one thing, go to the next evaluator. We can come back by that time. He can get his audio fixed.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, now you're audible.
Great. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for the nice introduction. And coming back to the speaker to Siddharth Shah, I would first of all like to congratulate for completing your speech. And the speech, the title of your speech was very interesting because it got me thinking that what is that second brain which we have to develop? And your opening was wonderful. The way you opened with an inquisitive question that what are the ideas which we are not able to execute? That was wonderful. Um, and that was a good hook to start the speech. And then the story which you have built around uh, how we are, you know, generating, we are just using our brain to store ideas, but not to generate ideas. And you also gave a great take that how we can stop that by just writing it down, just by giving your example of margin sheet in your school times. And that one thing that's common with both of us is that even I don't like the inorganic chemistry, and I used to do drawings instead of writing the notes and writing about poetry or my crush. But yeah, that was an interesting element which you added in the speech, which also captured the audience attention. And apart from that, you used very nice crops such as helmets and the Lego, um, that also made your speech come out of the interesting element that and also what's going to happen next, that element. And I noticed few things which I would like to highlight here, that you were using very well your vocal variety and your voice, but in the end of the speech, I thought that that was going a little bit monotonous, and you were also shifting from the camera's center side to the left side. And I would urge you to be on the center and also engage with your hands, even or in all the segments of your speech, not just the first. Apart from that, you had wonderful speech. You had a very nice take and call to action for the audience. And I will also share with you your evaluation resource. That's all from my end. I think you have a great potential ahead. Uh, Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul Swami, for your detailed and thoughtful insights. The evaluation was structured and easy to follow, making it valuable for both the speaker and the audience. You maintained a supportive tone, which truly reflects the spirit of Toastmasters. A small recommendation: you could give a better conclusion, having a mix of commendations and recommendations. Otherwise, it was a wonderful evaluation. And congratulations on delivering your first evaluation and successfully completing level 1 of your pathway. That is a great milestone. Now, a few words for our speaker, Toastmaster Siddharth, for choosing such a thoughtful and inspiring topic, Build a Second Brain. I liked your opening body and the closing with a beautiful message. Train your brain to generate ideas, not to store. Your content was rich and engaging. To make your speech even more impactful, I would encourage you to maintain a good eye contact and maintain a proper distance between your screen and yourself, because at some points the pictures was cutting and your hand gestures were hiding. So let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Siddharth and Toastmaster Rahul. The third evaluator, Toastmaster Priya Singh, who will evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Toastmaster Priya Singh is a marketing professional and academician in business management. She is passionate about creative writing and poetry. Her podcast, Soulful Scrolls, is her dedicated effort to the craft of poetic expression. She joined Toastmasters to enhance her public speaking skills and become an influential voice to inspire others. Over to you, Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that warm introduction. My target speaker, Toastmaster Rain. Today, you proved that a speech about days that don't count can actually count. You challenged the idea that big days only matter. Your speech, your title itself was a reflective one, and your speech delivery gave that perspective of reflection through the title. You truly made us rethink that quiet days, which we often just dismiss, have a lot of meaning. So, kudos to you for a wonderful speech. You definitely said something which will always remain with me, that boring is scoring. I never knew that perspective, but now everything that I feel is boring, I will think twice that maybe there is something in it which I will score points on at a later stage. So, what I really loved about your speech was CRD. C is clarity. Your message was very clear that they seem invisible, but they are actually shaping us. And your story of your Toastmasters journey was very relatable, and it added more impact to the message of your speech. Delivery was very calm and very poised, and that added an additional impact to the reflective nature of your speech. But every speech, no matter how beautiful, how wonderfully delivered, there is always, we are all here learning to improve ourselves and become better speakers. So I'll give my 2 cents to make your speech up to the next level. Your speech had a lot of depth and reflection. If your vocal variety, voice modulation would have been a little more emphasized, especially when there was an introduction between Gauri and Renu Kaushal. The difference was not visible between Gauri's dialogue and Renu Kaushal's dialogue. That could have been done more with a lot of variation. The takeaway to the audience came at a later stage, at the very end of your speech. It could have come in much earlier so that it could have added impact. So, all in all, a very heartfelt, authentic speech with a very clear and relatable message, which was delivered with a lot of poise. By focusing on your voice modulation and bringing in the takeaway a little earlier in your speech, it could have moved to a higher level. Thank you so much. A wonderful speech. Look forward to hearing you many more times.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya, for the wonderful evaluation. You covered all the points by giving around 1 minute of commendation and a few recommendations, and then the beautiful summary after your evaluation. I have no recommendation for you. And now we move to Toastmaster Renu. Your beautiful hand gestures and dramatic actions created a strong connection with the audience, and it made us feel included. And there was a lot of energy in your speech. A small recommendation, your voice was breaking in between your speech. So please try to check your network. It may be the issue of the network. So congratulations to both Toastmaster Renu for your engaging speech and Toastmaster Priya for your constructive feedback. Now I invite our fourth evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain, who will evaluate the evaluation of Toastmaster Rahul Swami. Toastmaster Sanjay Jain is a chartered accountant by profession and a passionate communicator by choice. While he works with numbers during the day, and his true dream goes far beyond balance sheets. He aspires to become an effective communicator who can impact the lives of millions worldwide. He believes that words have the power to inspire action, transform thinking, and create lasting change. Through Toastmasters, He is on a mission to sharpen his speaking skills and turn his dream into reality. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, for a wonderful introduction. Now coming to Rahul's evaluation. Rahul, your evaluation was wonderful. You spoke about what are the good things about the speech, areas of improvement, and final conclusion. You were clear by giving your examples with that of the speaker, and it was a good to acknowledge the speaker and encourage the speaker. What you had missed, the main point, what you had missed is your evaluation. You had not read the evaluation project. It says the following. During the completion of this project, the members spent time developing or improving their vocal variety. The main year was the vocal variety. What you have to do is the member will present a well-organized speech on any topic, listen for how the member uses their voice to communicate and enhance the speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech is not a report on the content of understanding the vocal variety project. Use the speech profile resources to complete your evaluation. So main thing is about the vocal variety. You should have spoken about how the speaker will improve his vocal variety. Other contents are relevant, but the main focus should be about the vocal variety. What you liked about the speaker, what you did not like about this, where he could have used the high pitch or high encouraging, and where he could have you could have brought this more into. But you said something about it, but you should have focused on this area. So what I suggest you, next time whenever you do evaluation, you please read the speech evaluation guidelines and then do the evaluation, so that you will be very relevant to the project and it will be helpful to the speaker. Overall, I liked your evaluation style of evaluation. You were very calm, very confident, and this was your first evaluation and it was an excellent evaluation. I would like to listen more evaluation from you. Thank you, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay, for the encouraging feedback. You gave the wonderful tips to Toastmasters Rahul. But recommendation for you, Toastmaster Rahul evaluated first time. So you should give less recommendations to encourage him. Otherwise, you gave the good recommendations, but try to encourage the speaker and evaluator.
Thank you. I'll take care.
All evaluators provided balanced and thoughtful and constructive feedback, truly helping the speakers move forward in our journey. Our speakers delivered well-prepared and engaging speeches, each bringing unique perspectives to the stage. Now, let's hear from the other role takers from the TEL team for their reports. First, I will call upon our timer, Toastmaster Smruti, to present the time report.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Well, as a timekeeper, I should wrap my segment at the earliest possible time, so I'll paste everything on chat. To give you a brief summary, most of us did qualify for the time, but the cascading effect, or I can say the domino effect, started from the very beginning, which you can see on your chat window, with respect to the role takers equally. With respect to the polling part, you can please refer to the same. The green highlight indicates that you qualified for the timing, and the red one indicates that you did not. But doesn't matter. It is important to ideally present our thoughts within the set timeline so that we can honor the time and offer quality over the quantity. With that thought, I give the stage back to our general evaluator. Over to you.
Is there any disqualification for the polling?
Yes, it has been already highlighted in the chat. Only our first evaluator, Toastmaster Joane, got disqualified.
So thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. You help speakers stay within their allotted time. Good time management is a key part of effective communication. Next, I will request our language evaluator, Toastmaster Archana Prajapati, to share the language report. Please note you have 2 to 3 minutes to present your report. Over to you, Toastmaster Archana.
I would need the screen share rights to share my report. I've already posted it in the chat box. Okay, thank you.
You have the rights. Toastmaster, you have the rights.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Is it visible?
No, it's not. Can you read it out? At least the highlights, and then you can.
Okay. Okay. Can anybody open from the chat box, right?
I'm just trying to open it.
Okay.
You can start.
I can open and I can share the screen.
Okay.
But I believe
yeah.
screen
So as
share.
a language evaluator, I was really glad to know and glad to hear the word of the day with by so many speakers like Toastmaster Samita, Toastmaster Devishree, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, Toastmaster even by Toastmaster John Joseph, Toastmaster Siddharth Shah, and Toastmaster John Joseph. They have used it really well and apt during their speeches. Now, coming to the filler words, so many speakers have used the filler words. Few of them I can count on like the table topic speakers. Almost all of them have used the filler words, the and also you knows. So and the rhetorical devices. Yes, Toastmaster Siddharth used the rhetorical question during the beginning of his speech, and also Toastmaster Sunil Gupta during the table topic, he used the rhetorical question. Now, the noteworthy phrases, few noteworthy phrases. Well, there were so many, numerous amount of noteworthy phrases during the meeting, like dramatic transformation, perfection is not in the books, pushing the bar, jack of all trades, ardent, and few vocabularies I could note from Toastmaster Mamta Jain, like ardent and also catch 22 situation, train your brain to generate ideas, not a storage box, polished and poised. To conclude is not a skill, it's a gift. All is well that ends well. Push the boundaries, boring is scoring, inquisitive, go that extra miles, and many more. And for the areas of improvement, what I can see, there were so many filler words and fillers from each of the speaker. So I would suggest few ways, like recording your video, count the number of times you are using your filler words. Now that you are aware of your filler words, you can practice pausing for a little bit of time, so that you can reduce your filler words in the meantime. And also a silence can be used during that moment when you feel like that filler words are coming. That's all from my report, and thank you so much for the particular role. I enjoyed doing it quite well. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archana, for those wonderful and detailed observations. You played a blended role of accountant, grammarian, and word master very efficiently. You listened carefully to our words, appreciated the good uses, and helped us define our language. You presented a collaborative and expressive Excel sheet. It is quite a challenging job. Kudos for that wonderful report. And a small recommendation for you. Take the screen sharing access before the meeting so that we can maintain the flow of the meeting proper. And finally, I invite our active listener, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, who will test how well we all listen throughout the meeting. Please note, you also have 2 to 3 minutes to ask the questions. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator. Now it's time for the moment of the truth. Were you seriously listening or were you scrolling through your mobile screens? Let's test your listening skills by just 3 questions. My first question is, what did speaker Samita compare the body of a speech with? Very tiny thing. You are not listening carefully, closely. Okay, I'll tell you.
Become old.
The road. Okay. What said someone?
Become old.
No. Body of the speech. She compared body of the speech is like, okay, road trip. Next question is, which 2 subjects didn't speaker Siddharth like in his school times?
Organic chemistry.
Inorganic chemistry. Second one, how poor listening the Gabbys members have. Okay, political science. Next, the last one. How many years ago did speaker Renu Kaushal have conversation with Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal? Renu,
3
if
3 years ago.
3
3
years
years.
ago,
2 years.
2 years ago, that's right. At least we have given one answer. Thank you. Now I'll wrap up the session by saying that listening is our superpower. It builds bridges at work and keep the peace at home. But last not least, please listen to understand, not to reply. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, for asking the wonderful questions and later tested us with some fun and tricky questions. Now it's time for my overall evaluation of the meeting. The meeting began right on time with our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, who maintained order and discipline seamlessly. behind the scenes, our Zoom moderator, also Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, ensured everything ran smoothly, skillfully, spotlighting each role players and supporting the flow of the meeting. Our timer, Toastmaster Smruti, also efficiently managed the role of timer, ensuring that all speakers stayed within their allotted time. Your effort reflects how time management is indeed a key element of effective communication. Our presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita, you set a warm and motivating tone with your opening, preparing us for the wonderful session ahead. You checked all the role takers have renamed themselves according to their roles and encouraged them to be on camera. The Toastmaster of the day, Pariesa, conducted the meeting with a great confidence and flow. Today's theme, the plot twist, was beautifully carried throughout, and the addition of the questions kept the energy high and the audience fully engaged. Every segment felt well connected and purposeful. Our table topic master, Devishree, selected thought provoking topics. The format of speaking for and against was clearly explained, which created enthusiasm and healthy participation. Your feedback was also constructive and engaging. Well done. A recommendation for you, always repeat the topic for better understanding. And have the topics according to theme.
Okay.
Because in Toastmaster, just like in life, it is not the absence of twists, but how we respond to them that defines our growth. With that, I conclude my role as the general evaluator and hand control back to our Toastmaster of the day, Pariesa.
Thank you for these insightful evaluations. I got so much to learn, and I was also reading the chat box. So I was very surprised by the number of plot twists that I have encountered. I'm not married, but yes, marriage is a plot twist. Pregnancy is a plot twist. Even this meeting itself was a plot twist. I mean, there were so many unexpected mistakes, but so many things that I'm also proud of myself at the end of the day. And yeah, I may have got a little longer on time, but at the end of the day, I think what matters most is what you take from it when we go back. And I hope that the biggest plot twist that we take from life is that there are most plot twists and that there will be endless plot twists in life. But the only thing that should stay constant is your belief in yourself and the simple fact, ki ho jayega. With that, I would like to conclude my small effort to make this meeting a good one. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I would really like to hand over it to the presiding officer. I hope life awaits amazing plot twists for you.
Thank you so much. Let us hear it for the Toastmaster of the day for making such an interesting topic and engaging us with it. Thank you so much. First question to you. How did you like taking up this role and coming to the club?
Honestly, I am someone who's only a speaker most of the time. I only like to speak in Toastmasters. I shirk from leadership roles or any role that requires a lot of management. So when I was I actually wanted to come here to be evaluated, right? But then there is a criteria that you need to take up a role. So I think that was a big plot twist and that pushed me towards this direction. And I think I actually enjoyed it because regardless, as Renu ma'am said, that this is a safe space. So even though I've made so many mistakes, I'm just happy. And I think that is the plot twist, that rather than crying or rather than just giving up, I'm content with what I did. And I think that is what the biggest beauty is at the end of the day, right? It should end well.
Yes, that is it. So a round of applause for the Toastmaster of the day for having that courage to pick up the role. Yes, as you have rightly pointed out, this is a very safe space where we can come, we can make mistakes, we can learn from our mistakes and grow on the way. We need to push ourselves. Just behind that comfort zone lies the success button. So we have to make that jump. Yes, table topic master of the day, Devishree. First time taking up the role. How are
Yes.
you feeling?
Yeah, I got nervous, but okay, I gave it a try.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Let us hear it for the first time. Toastmaster Devishree. Every time when you pick up a role, even today when we pick up a role after a long time, we feel nervous. Don't be in so that we don't feel nervous. We also feel nervous. We also make mistakes. But we
Okay.
show up the next day, still pick up another role and try
Yes.
to give our best.
Yes,
Yes,
sure.
where is Toastmaster Rahul Swami?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, how did you like first time evaluating someone from the other side? You're a speaker, now you became an evaluator.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of room for improvement, and it was nice to learn from an evaluator point of view that how a speaker should speak and noticing all the crux of the speech. That was a
Mhm.
good learning.
Good learning. So, whenever we are speaking, first of all, we come to Toastmaster for speaking. So, whenever we are speaking and someone gives us an evaluation, we wonder how did they do it? What was the guy? And when you go to the other side and you start evaluating, a very strange thing happens. Your speech becomes better. Because while you're writing the speech, while you are delivering your speech, in your mind that evaluation goes and you try to follow whatever has been told to you and you become better day by day. So kudos to you and a big round of applause for completing level 1. Yes, this is a request to everyone. Those who have not completed your level 2, please start taking up roles, giving your speeches, delivering your speeches. This is for us too. Yes, me and our VP Education, we both talk about it that we are very busy with the meeting, but we are not picking up our speaking slots. We also need to do that. It's a reminder to you, to us too. Today, we had a wonderful session. I'm waiting for the results. Yes, can I get the results?
I'll just start adding the spotlight. The best role taker being the Toastmaster of the day, Pariesa,
Okay, the best role taker, Toastmaster of the day. Pariesa, lovely. Yes,
followed by the best evaluator, Toastmaster Priya Singh,
Priya saying.
and then we have, can we have Smruti on camera, please? The best table topic speaker alongside our listener. Am I missing somebody?
Smruti and
Yes, we have the best evaluator we have over here. Uh, best auxiliary role taker. Yes, that is once again Toastmaster Smruti. Yes. Congratulations to all the winners.
you didn't announce best speaker.
Oh, that is Toastmaster Siddharth. Can we have you on camera, please, Toastmaster Siddharth?
Yes. So, congratulations to all the role takers. With that, the meeting number 41 comes to an end. Today, we went a little over time. Next time, we will take care that we are not exceeding the time limit. Good night. Bye bye. See you on Saturday, 10 a.m. for Gabby's meeting. Till then, take care of yourself.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.